filming yourself is one of the best ways to check what you're doing and what you still need to be working on. And by looking at your serves, for instance, in super slow motion, you can really see whether you are checking all the 3 boxes that I'm going to talk about. And of course, also in the SwingVision app, you get heat maps that show where you're hitting your shots, where you hit them from, and you get really insightful statistics that I'm going to use, for instance, to check the quality of my serves. What's the first thing that needs to happen for you to have a technically sound serve? You want to have a good, consistent toss. And the toss, of course, itself does not cause injuries, but certainly where you're placing the toss then leads your body to follow that lead. And if the toss is not in the right place, we sometimes make up really funny stuff. 3 things that you can do that up the chances dramatically to have a consistent, meaning repeatable, toss that you get in the right spot. Number 1 is keep your arm straight. If you're tossing the ball up with a bent arm, yes, you can get good tosses, but any variability here in any degree that you move your arm also causes a huge variation in the outcome there. So why not eliminate one source of errors right there by keeping your arm straight? You want to release the ball about eye level between nose and top of the head, because that is when your hand most likely is parallel to the ground. So when you're now releasing the ball, it is more likely to be in exactly the spot that you want, about a foot and a half inside the baseline. And depending on what type of serve you want to hit, if you have your arm now pointing at the right net post, for me as a right-hander, and that doesn't matter whether you serve from the deuce or the outside, you're now getting the ball in a range between, let's say 1 and 2 o'clock. For a flat or a slice serve. For a kick serve, you would toss it a little bit more to a 12 o'clock position. But again, keeping the arm straight, releasing it about eye level, and pointing my arm towards the net post. Up the chances that I get the toss that I want a whole lot of times. A very simple drill for that is to simply put down a target. You can, for instance, also use another racket. You have the area of the entire strings. That's acceptable. I'm using a hat. And you can now work on those 3 things. But make sure that when you practice, that you're also engaging the hitting side of your body, meaning that you're getting into your loading position, because it's one thing to get a good toss just using your left arm. For me as a right-hander, it's a totally different one, engaging your entire body. That works. Next step is the loading position. And this is unfortunately where a lot of players and also a lot of coaches still get it wrong. Whenever I start working with somebody on the serve, I usually do ask, what are you trying to accomplish? Number 1 thing is everybody wants to hit a more powerful serve. The power on the serve comes from how fast you can come from the deepest position of your hip to the highest position of the hip. It matters how fast you can come from that lowest point to the highest point. And for recreational players, a lot of times the lower you bend, because they lack the explosiveness, every millisecond that you spend down here, it is not helping you to bend deeper to get a more powerful serve. Instead, you want to work on loading correctly and using your back hip correctly. But I need to add one more movement. I need to also turn. So if this here is 0 degrees, I now want to also bring my hips around 10 to 15 degrees. So instead of just bending my knees all the way down here and struggling to come out of that, I'm now focusing on turning. A great drill for that is called reach and throw. You're placing the ball behind you. And when we do this with high-level players, it's actually on the ground because they're able to sink so low into this coil here that they can pick up the ball from the ground. I can't do that. I'm not mobile enough. I don't have enough strength. So I'm helping myself out here. Because the ball is slightly behind me here, I have to turn. I have to coil. Because the ball is slightly below me here, I'm now loading down and back. And I now feel that I have most of my body weight on my back hip. So what I'm now doing is I'm grabbing this ball and I throw it up as high as I can. Not as far as I can. I throw it up. And it is really this movement from down here, lowest part of my hip, to the highest part of the hip, vertical hip displacement, that fires my serve. But I can show you a great drill that absolutely helps you feel what you should be doing. And of course, if you watch yourself on your SwingVision app over and over, that is what you want to look for. Use a pull rope like this, put it under your back foot, get into your loading position, and then you pull up here. So all the way up to your imaginary contact point, basically. And here I managed to stay side on because it's slower, I can control it. As soon as I serve full out, almost inevitably, I'm rotating open, which obviously I don't want to do. So this drill here helps me get the feel for the loading, down and back, and then the exploding up and out. That is what you want to look for when you watch yourself on your SwingVision app, that the chest faces to the camera now as long as possible. Be sure to subscribe to the SwingVision channel. Use the link down below to get a free swing stick fence mount with your SwingVision Pro subscription that gives you 30 hours of recording per month for a little under $15.